All right, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention toward the screen, please, for a video. Salute to the nation.
I'm Sergeant First Class Michael King. I'm the Senior Religious Affairs Specialist for the United States Army Garrison Japan Religious Support Office. Independence Day to me is the beginning of our country. It's where it all started. And when you talk about freedom, the Army as an organization, I'm part of the organization that did bring that freedom to our country. And when I think about Independence Day, that's where our country started. And now we're a symbol across the world of what freedom really represents. Freedom.
Freedom.
Sacrifice. Freedom.
Legacy.
Responsibility.
Freedom.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin momentarily. Please silence all cell phones and electronic devices.
皆様、まもなく式典が始まりますので、携帯電話をマナーモードにお切り替えください。
United States Army Japan, Major General Viet X Luong.
皆様、在日米陸軍司令官をお迎えしましょう。ビエット X ルオン少将です。
Konbanwa. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Independence Day celebration. It is the most important celebration for many of us here today. And in towns all across the United States, bells will ring, loud drums will beat, and the resonating crack of fireworks will announce 243 years of American freedom. The barbecues, hometown parades, and our nation's flag flying on our buildings and homes obviously make Independence Day a unique American experience. But in a broader context, this celebration of freedom and democracy is felt globally, particularly in the hearts and minds of those who value freedom and, equally important, willing to put their lives on the line to preserve it. But to get to this point had not been all easy. In 1776, our nation was still a poor, backward confederation of colonies. On July 4th, 1776, 56 American patriots representing the 13 American colonies declared the United States a sovereign and independent nation, throwing off the chains and bonds of British tyranny and oppression. This was not a colloquial declaration, but one that is bold, brave, and unprecedented, punishable by hanging for those dare to make a stand against British despotism. But despite the courage and optimism, it was not a foregone conclusion that the American rebels would triumph. As a matter of fact, this ragtag band of rebels under the leadership of George Washington suffered many defeats at the start, followed by some dark times at Valley Forge. Meanwhile, patriots with convictions like Washington, Francis Marion, Horatio Gates, Adams, Franklin, Hamilton, John Jay, Jefferson, and Madison continue to put their lives and their families on the line to inspire other patriots that freedom and equality was worth sacrificing one's lives for. As such, droves of volunteers lay down their lives fighting against insurmountable odds. But in due time, courage, sacrifice, patience, and resilience overcame the evil empire, culminating with Cornwallis' surrender at Yorktown in 1781. But the price of freedom had been steep. Almost 7,000 Americans gave their lives in that initial bill. It is also important to note that this price had been paid repeatedly over the last 243 years with American blood shed on far-flung battlefields across the world. We should all remember that not only their sacrifice, and without it, our freedom would not stand. Since the start of the American Revolution in 1775, the red, white, and blue stars and stripes of the American flag has been a symbol of freedom and democracy for our country and a beacon of hope for those still oppressed around the world. Franklin perhaps says it best when he said, "Where liberty dwells, there is my country." As some of you may be aware, those colors have a profound meaning for me in particular. As I have conveyed to many of you in the last couple of weeks, my family was rescued by Marine Corps CH-53 helicopters in 1975 when I was merely 9 years old. We barely made it out after surviving barrages of artillery, mortars, and being strafed by a North Vietnamese aircraft. And as I took off, I remember looking back and seeing enemy tracers coming up at us. Luckily, the rest of the flight was uneventful. The helicopter landed after a short flight, and I thought we were on some island off the coast of Vietnam. And I remember tugging on my father's shirt, asking him where we were. I remember him saying we were embarked on the USS Hancock, which is an American carrier. And I asked him what that meant, and he responded, "It means that nothing in this world can harm you now." I believe that may have been the moment that I've pledged to serve this great nation as a military officer. Like many of you, I have an intense love for this nation. This month is as much a celebration as it is a reflection. We live in the best country in the world. America to the world was what the USS Hancock was to my family in 1775. I offer that to you as one of the many reasons why men and women like us are willing to repeatedly put ourselves in harm's way in order to protect it and its ideals. Perhaps the words of Adlai Stevenson sums it up best in my favorite quote when he says, "When an American says that he loves his country, he means not only that he loves the New England hills, the prairies glistening in the sun, the wide and rising plains, the mountains and the sea. He means that he loves an inner air, an inner light in which a man can draw a breath of self-respect." The last takeaway I have for you is to love our nation, her ideals, and profess that love through your faithful and honorable service. People can debate whatever they want, but it's perfectly okay to be a patriot. It's perfectly okay to be proud to be an American. The great writer Michael Shara says it best in describing Colonel Joshua Chamberlain, the hero of Gettysburg, when he said, quote, "His faith in this country is stronger than his faith in God, because this is the land where no man had to bow." Happy Independence Day, everybody. Arigatou gozaimasu. God bless you. Ichiran.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the departure of the colors.
皆様、軍旗が退場いたしますのでご起立ください。
Right! Back! Forward! March!
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our Salute to the Nation ceremony. We will now transition to the remainder of tonight's events. We hope you enjoy the rest of your festivities and have a safe and wonderful evening.
皆様、これをもちまして国会の敬礼式典を終了いたします。この後もどうぞお祭りを楽しみ、安全に素晴らしい夜をお過ごしください。